Hi guys, it's Corey. I just wanted to um, record a video to walk you guys through my final project for our assistive technology class. This is a tactile puzzle cube. The idea behind making it was that it's for people who are blind or low vision, but as you'll see as we progress, there may be some other applications of this cube. Get down here. So my purpose in this project, or the purpose of this item, puzzle cubes are appropriate according to just information online for anyone ages 3+. Now, that doesn't mean that a 3-year-old is going to find it meaningful, but it could at least be interesting for them, especially if they were a blind child and don't have a lot of ways to access toys in the traditional way. So primarily the idea going into this project was for people who are blind or low vision. The occupation that it addresses would be play or also leisure. And then as I got to messing with this, I kind of realized that there was also applications for sensory integration, and potentially this toy could be used as like a fidget or a regulation tool for people who have ADHD, autism, sensory processing issues, or even anxiety. It's like there's a lot going on here. So it could be used as a regulation tool as well. So I really liked that it was potentially applicable to many populations. So if I just search for tactile puzzle cube online, I'll get a lot of results for like the first 2 items here. And as you can see, they may be interesting for a blind or a low vision person, but probably not as enticing as the third item. That third item was a DIY project by someone. And as you can see, there's just a lot more going on. A more interesting situation, and probably easier to access as well, if you're just using your fingers for input. Some positives about this was, as I said, the multiple populations. I really liked that. As I got going with it, I just thought of more applications for it. It's applicable for a wide variety of ages. It's very low cost, depending on the quality of the puzzle cube that you got. I don't think that there are really any issues with this one, and I got it from the Dollar Tree. Applicable for a wide variety of ages. It can also be easily customized to the recipient's texture preferences and objects of interest. So if you know you have a little kid that loves seashells, why not tack on some small seashells? And I find that this is actually quite pleasant to touch as I'm using it here presenting. Any drawbacks? Some that I noted, this, especially if you use fabric or like this woolen texture or felted thing or this foam, it's not necessarily the easiest to clean or disinfect. I said keep the glue gun handy because things could fall off of it and need to be reattached. As I've messed with it over the past week, I haven't noticed that, but it could be applicable. I said it may not be allowed in the classroom. So this is something that, like I said, could be pretty enticing. And so if we were using it as a regulation tool, it may be easy to understand why a teacher may not want it in the classroom. The materials were really simple for me. I used hot glue gun and it worked really well. Various textures. I have foam, I have some metal, I have some little beads or buttons. I put on some little like hardware nuts I just had laying around, some pom-poms, and then this felted fabric. I did leave one surface uncovered, and that's because this is a shiny surface. It's very smooth. And people who are blind or low vision, maybe not blind, but people who are low vision, sometimes they can really sense light very well. So this being a shiny surface is potentially really engaging for them. So I really liked this, though it was the cheapest option. I thought it was a wonderful choice. As far as the assembly, very simple. Gather the materials that you want to use tweezers to place the items, and secure the items carefully with hot glue. Now, some notes that I thought about kind of after the fact, you could use Velcro and use that to attach different items on. You could rotate through materials if you did that and keep things interesting. Um, and then the last thing, I don't really know how common this is, or how like what the Braille learning process and Braille reviewing process is for a person who's blind or low vision. But what if we could use a like a label printer, Braille printer to print Braille vocabulary words, and they could easily be switched out. Just an option. And then here are my references. I did come up with this idea because of an Instructable. So yeah, here are my 2 cubes. And as far as my demonstration goes, I mean, as you can see, if I'm using this with really low input for my eyes, I don't have a lot of enjoyment from it. But then using it in this context, where it's interesting to engage with, I think an individual would be more likely to play with this for an extended period of time. And even someone who's not blind or low vision will probably find this fun to engage with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And I really enjoyed learning about blind and low vision adaptations in this class. And so going forward, if we can just kind of think of how things can be modified, I think that would be just a great exercise. So thank you. Bye-bye.